How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Killmark Collectors. This is the third and final video in the charity live stream highlights playlist. As I mentioned in the previous videos, we're going to take all the ad revenue from this playlist of videos from now until December 31st, throw that into the pot so that we can try to get that donation for St. Jude up over $2,000. And again, as always, if you want to donate directly to St. Jude so that they get 100% of the money, please do go ahead, go to the link in the description down below, and let's go ahead and see how close we can get. Send me a screenshot if you do that so that I can make sure to count it in our final numbers. I'd love to be able to say that we gave over $2,000. But with that being said, enjoy this faction brawl. I think you guys are going to have a really good time. I know I did doing this with Big Skillet, and we're definitely going to be looking to do more of this in the future. So thanks, and fly safe.
Nice.
Well, I am on Fulmination in CZD. I see you in local. You were smart and actually named yourself the same. The first time I got on, I did not. So
you are Harry. That I saw somebody assisted the other day. I'm like, crap. I don't want to undock. I might die.
Yeah. Whoops. That's fine. It's fine.
That's hilarious. You could rename yourself.
I could. I need to. It's kind of just a funny joke at this point, though.
Yeah. Well, Harry's a funny name anyway.
It is. Well, I have also got another character called Cannon Fodder that I use for testing stuff. So that's kind of my own morbid gallows humor. So, all right. So why don't we explain what we are doing here? So for you guys that are watching the stream, basically, Big Skillet is joining me. He's got his own YouTube channel with some fantastic content. We actually stream, or he streams, and I happen to be lucky enough to jump in on some of the faction war games that he does, mostly on Monday nights, right?
Yeah, it's strictly Monday nights. It may be a rare weekend, but
yeah,
Monday nights is the night.
It's a good time. So if you guys enjoyed this stream earlier when we were doing the faction war games with Tahini and some of those other folks, be sure to check his stream out as well. It's always a great time. We do kind of the same thing. Kind of the way that I organize the Discord is based off of actually his Discord. So I appreciate the inspiration there with having the different factions and all of that for different voice channels. But it's always a good time. So you guys should definitely check out his channel and his streams. Like you said, about Monday or on Mondays. I think it's normally around 9 p.m. Eastern, right, as well?
Yep, that's correct. 9 p.m. And hopefully once you get sorted, you'll be able to go back to Wednesdays if you're so inclined.
Yep. We'll have to figure it out because it was always a good time to have back and forth and be able to get some LP to hopefully get some of those nice debris.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So what we are going to be doing here, I'm going to go ahead and jump back up to the iPad gameplay. And so the idea here, guys, is that basically Skillet and I both took we took 3 faction frigates, and we're basically kind of doing almost like a Pokemon style here, where we pick one, we're going to battle it out, and then from there we'll be able to talk about fits, strategy, tactics, stuff like that. But that's kind of the gist here. So. Skillet, what do you think here? What's the prediction for the first match?
Well, I haven't really flown many of the frigates in a while. I do have one character that's dedicated to that, which does the faction warfare. So I don't have enough action to say. I'm going to put my money on you, especially seeing how you do in faction warfare. Well, but I'm going to give it the old college try and have some fun. And
for sure,
I was kind of thinking we would just undock and warp somewhere, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to be in. It'll be kind of a surprise. No, is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, for sure. So here's what I think we should do is we both warp to the gate, we jump through, and then you break cloak and we start, because that way it's random on like how far away you are and all of that stuff. But yeah, you can obviously watch stream, but I'm going to assume that you're not for now. But I'm going to grab my first frigate here.
No, I'm not watching stream. I have it on in the background, but Discord's hiding it. No. Yeah. Besides, if there's a delay, yeah,
right.
No, I want to cheat. No, I want to win outright.
I got faith in you. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to undock, and I'm going to warp to the RG9 gate.
All right. Tell me when you want me to go ahead.
Yep. So give me 1 second. I'm going to warp and hold my cloak on the other side.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to be very curious because I've actually never flown this particular ship. The first 2 frigates I've got, I've never actually flown. So I'm going to be very curious to see if my theory crafting is going to work here.
All right, I'm undocking.
All right, I am jumping now, so you can go ahead and warp. Oh, that's not what I'm to do. All right. Jump.
Man, this is an awesome looking ship, though. I have to admit this. I did actually have it. I don't know, the first few months of the game, once Faction Frigates came out, I did get one that I'm flying right now, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time ago.
I love these frigates, so I'm really excited to do this. I think this is going to be fun. All right. I am cloaked on the other side, so just whenever you jump.
All right, I'm jumping now.
And whenever you break cloak, or if you want, why don't we just count down 3, 2, 1, and then we break cloak and we go from there.
Okay. Oh, dang it. I didn't arrange my stuff here. All right, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Get yourself sorted. Like I said, I'm really curious to see how this... there's one ship that I'm very worried about that you might have, so... All right, I got about 15 seconds on my cloak. You about ready?
Hold on. Oh, I need to do it this way. I'm making it harder than it needs to be. Almost.
All right. Well, I'm
all right.
3, 2, 1. All right, go. Damn it! That's the one I was worried about. Come on, little fellas.
Oh, I missed my DCU, my shield booster. Oh.
Oh, is my cap gonna hold? Is my cap gonna hold?
Come on. I don't know that I'm gonna hold. Come on.
Oh, my cap's gone. My cap's gone.
You've got to be gone. How are you still shooting?
Gone.
What are you in? Oh, you're gonna get me. Run.
Yes.
Run. Yes. Oh, dang it! I got too close.
Oh,
dang it!
I got lucky with the cap there.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's talk fits real quick. So I was worried about the crew ore because it was this particular build. And I'll share the fittings actually real quick so that you can see it as well as we talk. But this particular build, I'm using an oversized shield booster and 2 hardeners. So I'm actually not even. Did it go? It just gave me an error message. It looked like when I tried to share that.
Well, I can see on the stream.
Okay. So yeah, so I've got an oversized C-type medium booster, and then I've got 2 hardeners here. And basically the idea on this build is that I knew regardless you're probably going to be faster than me. The worm is just it's slower than dirt, right? When it's compared to some of the other frigs. So I was like, you know what? We're going to use the range of the medium missiles and the drones to be able to make up for that loss of speed. And then, you know, the mids really I'm just kind of using to hold you down a little bit if I need to. And then for the rigs, I went all damage, and then I had these ancillary power grid and to be able to fit that booster, and then the semiconductor as well to just give me a little bit extra cap. But it's so cap unstable that I was like, if you bring out the crew ore, I was worried I was going to be in trouble.
Well, it's funny because I made the fatal mistake of going too close to you because obviously with the webs and whatnot, I could have held at range of maybe about 10 to 12 kilometers. But I had a medium NOS on it.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I went a little different, thinking if I could drain your cap, then I have a better chance. But obviously going against a worm, it probably wouldn't have mattered because of the drone DPS. So
well, you almost had me because if I was draining myself with that booster, and then after
Right.
that, my hardeners shut off and all of that. And with lasers, it's just bad news bears, right? So
I was late on the DCU and the on the booster.
Oh,
I hit it
really?
when you. Yeah, I noticed it too late where I was half armor. I'm like, dang it, I didn't turn it on.
Oh, you might have gotten me with that. That was a
I would
good
like
fight.
to try that one again later.
Yeah.
Because I really thought that with the oversized NOS, it might be enough. To take you down.
I think you might have been able to get me. That, like I said, that was the one ship that I was really worried about, because I didn't think that I would be able to keep the cap up far enough to be able to, actually
Sustain
do
it.
that. Yeah. So that was a good one. Good first round. That was close.
Yeah, it was, and it's funny you picked that ship. Funny you picked that ship.
It's a good anti-frigate. I think I know where you're going, and I don't know if I'm
I'm
excited
not
about
saying nothing. I'm not saying anything. I brought out, seriously, from my perspective, I brought out the weakest ship first, the one I felt the least comfortable with. So,
Okay.
I was hoping for the best, planning for the worst, and I figure if I lost in this ship, it wouldn't be as bad as if I lose in one of the other two, because I'm more familiar with the other two. Though I could have played it better. I didn't expect you to come out with the worm right off the bat. That's classic.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure what to expect with that one, because it's, like I said, I've never flown it before, but I love the Arbiter or the Arbitrator and some of those other drone ships. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot, see what happens. So that was fun. That was fun. All right, so I'm going to grab my next ship.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, and
I'm gonna have to get the code for the insurance so I can get that ship back.
yeah, so there's no insurance on Fulmination is the real pain point. You've got to just rebuild everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think I have like, let me look.
I just always build
I have like 50 of them.
each. Yeah.
Yeah, I got like 50 of them, and all the mods I was doing like 200 each, just so I never have to worry about entering codes again. So
yeah,
I'll let you get out.
Such a pain. Blitz, thank you very much for the donation, man. Really appreciate that. That's fantastic. All right.
Blitz Mustang, I like it. Nice.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and undock here.
And I love you brought the worm out first, because the worm is underappreciated compared to a lot of the other faction frigates. You don't hear about the worm a lot, it can be absolutely nasty. A couple of my court mates use it, and they love it.
Yeah, I actually want to get one at some point. I just because I've got the Bellicose in for a cruiser, so I do. I've got the missile skills and everything like that. I just have never, gotten one, because I think a lot of people view it as a PvE ship, not a PvE ship.
Right. Yeah, because you think of it,
PvP,
as a drone. Yeah. Let me know when I should undock.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. All right. I am on gate now.
All right, I'm going to undock.
Again, I'm going to be really curious. Hang on 1 second. Let me just get myself sorted. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Dadgummit. I just hit a mod. Hang on. Give me 1 minute.
No, take your time. At least we didn't get black screened.
Yeah, right. That would be funny.
That would be classic.
The server can't handle it. The server can't handle it.
Too many. Well, the Fulmination is an under. It does have its issues because it's it doesn't have the support and bandwidth that. Let me put my Discord back up there so I don't see what you're doing, and I don't recognize most of the ships anyway, so.
All good. All right, I got.
Unless it's a Balgorn, Ashmu, Nightmare, something that's Tempest. It's very distinct.
Yeah.
The frigates I don't know as much. I've been traveling, so.
Yeah,
line.
You play the you play with the Ashmu most of the time, don't you?
I do. I absolutely love it. One of the guys on Reddit shot me a fit that I believe is amazing, and it's like kind of the opposite of what you think. Typically, you think of C types and how decked out can I get this thing? And this fits the total opposite, which allows you to get 3 large modules on it, and it's super awesome. It's so deadly. You can tank a ton in that thing with a large shield booster and 2 large nosses. Ugh.
That sounds nasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see it later if you're still on. I know it's been already 3 hours now, but if we get some action afterwards, mine's heading up to the spot. So
okay. Maybe what we can do is we do the same type of thing just with cruisers, and we can do it on your stream or something like that at some other time.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, I am going to go ahead and jump if you're ready.
Yep, I'm gonna warp to RG9.
Okay, I am jumping now. Holding cloak, and let's get going.
All right. Oh, let me set my thing here. Okay. All right.
You ready?
Yep, jumping in.
Sounds good. This is fun. I've never flown this ship before, so I'm really interested to see how this one performs.
This is the one I have not flown before,
okay.
Believe it or not, and it's very popular. So I think people are going to look at my fit and be like, "What are you doing?" But all right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. Where are you at? Oh, Daredevil, my friend. Oh, this is not good. This is not good.
Come on, there it is.
Oh, I was worried about this. I'm in trouble. I'm going down.
Come on, get it away.
Oh, you're going to get me.
Come on, keep the range.
Oh,
you brought out the Garmer.
I did. Oh, man, you just hosed me, man.
This Daredevil is just nasty. It's not my fit. I can't take credit for it.
Well, let's talk through it for a sec. I'm gonna be very interested. Let me share my kill mail here. See if it'll actually show. It says disconnected from chat servers. Okay. So that was the error. So I've got C-type C-type small missiles here. I put in a shield extender, ballistic control, C-type warp drive. And then I was using a painter, a Navy stasis webifier, and then a scrambler, obviously. Yeah. My thought here, and this was actually one that I was a little concerned about, because I feel like the problem with the Garmer is that a lot of the faction ships, I shouldn't say a lot, the Daredevil and the Succubus, I feel like really do a good job of having the afterburner. And so it kind of negates a lot of the benefits, right? It's if you're going 1v1. But it's a fun ship. Like I said, I'd never floated before, so I was kind of curious. But what was your fit? I guess you can't really share your fit in local, but you want to talk me through it real quick?
Yeah. So, the great thing about this fit is I do have 5 minutes of cap.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with the 2 Predator webs, which I think you would expect. With the range or the range and the velocity reduction bonus. Scram, of course, in the mid. In the low, I went with the armor rep, a DCU, and just an afterburner because I was really afraid that if you scram me, it would be over for me, right? Because if you get in, because I'm using rail guns, and I was concerned that if you got in too close, that I wouldn't be able to track you, and then I would just be kind of a sitting duck. So I figured if I had the afterburner, it would allow me at least try to keep range. And with 2 webs on, you really shouldn't be able to get too close.
Yeah, I mean, I was going 23 meters per second with my warp drive.
Wow. Yeah. And I was thinking that because of the reduction, maybe I went overkill. Like I don't know that I needed 2 webs.
Mm-hmm.
that might have been too much, and I could have put something else in the mid. Like you said, maybe a painter or something like that. But
I'm gonna be very curious to get your thoughts on my next fit for a lot of the things that you just said. So it's gonna be interesting. But I don't think that the double web is overkill, because at that point you basically don't even need a scram, because realistically, I mean, you're slowing somebody down to, again, 99% reduction in their speed, right? Or whatever it is.
yeah.
So it's like, I mean, what are you really?
What would you have put on there instead of the second web? Would you have thrown a painter in that situation, you think?
So if I was going to switch something out, I've run a painter before. That has been what I've traditionally used. What I found though is that you actually the painter doesn't do as well as you would think. You're actually better off with the second web, because it slows the target enough that you end up applying better damage than the increased signature areas, at least with the railguns. If you're just by yourself, it's better for the webs. If you maybe had somebody in your fleet that was like flying missiles or something like that, maybe, I guess.
Okay.
But I found personally that the double webs is really kind of the best option in a lot of ways.
Well, it makes sense because you're catering to the strength of the ship. Right. And so that makes sense.
All right. So real quick, before we do this last one here, let me do a quick
what's the
donation update? Let's see here. And we actually got started a little bit sooner than I was expecting, so we are well ahead of schedule here. We may be able to jump into another faction war game or something like that before we do the raffle.
Heck yeah.
Because I know you weren't able to join earlier. So, all right. So we are at $1,353.
That is freaking awesome.
That's not right, because that means we went down. Hang on.
Either
way, it's around that. It's around that. Hang on.
YouTube took their cut right off the top.
Yeah, right.
No, and I told you yesterday, I really felt like you were going to cross $1,000. I really did. I really felt like the community was going to step up. It is a very well-known cause in the U.S., and you've done a beautiful job. I mean, it's not easy streaming for 3-4 hours by any means, and I think you've done a phenomenal job keeping folks engaged, and the content's been great. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I appreciate it, man. I really do, and I was hopeful, but this community and everybody watching here and who's messaged me and sent in donations and all of that stuff, I mean, y'all have just absolutely knocked it out of the park. I cannot tell you how thankful I am. Because,
I agree.
And we kind of talked about this yesterday, but, St. Jude's and everything or St. Jude, one of the reasons that I love it is not just from a perspective of it's helping kids with cancer and all of that, but also the financial burden that it takes off of the parents. I said this at the beginning, so I apologize for those of you who are still with me, but for the new folks, last year, not COVID related, but I was in the hospital for 3 days, and about a month and a half later, I got a bill for $60,000, right? And it was just like,
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it just knocks you on your butt. And, for a parent or anything like that that's got a kid that is needing, expensive treatments and overnight stays and all this stuff, to not have to worry about that because St. Jude works off of donations and everything is just beyond incredible. So I'm really glad that we're able to contribute in our own little way here. So
I agree. They've done wonders. We had me and my ex had her really good friends who became mine many years ago. They lost their child shortly after childbirth, and we had talked about this yesterday. So, and they were fortunate enough to be a part of the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and they to have that burden lift, the financial burden. I mean, it's not obviously it's an emotional, stressful time. The last thing in that kind of a situation is you having to worry about the the medical bills. As you said, they can be extraordinarily high. So it's it has a personal. It's personal for me. That's why I give every year through work, typically. So it was great to be able to do it through another avenue, and bring awareness to to a new group of folks. So.
Well,
I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been a pleasure, and I've enjoyed this. We'll definitely have to make it an annual thing,
For sure.
Oh, all right, man. So let's total donation. I figured out where my math error was. It is now up to $1,373. So we are absolutely crushing it, guys. Thank you again so much for everything. But with that, let's get to this last little 1v1 here.
Oh, I think you know what I'm going to be bringing out for ship 3 now. Right?
I mean, I think you should know what I'm bringing too.
I do, and that's concerning me.
Jeez, I think I just knocked my camera halfway across the room. Yeah. Well, I mean, I do have to say, I feel like with my logo and all of that stuff, it didn't feel right not to bring out the Daredevil.
Yeah, I know, and that's going to be. I think it's going to be a problem for me.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
We'll see. It all depends on range.
Yep. Where's the gate? Where's the gate going to spawn us? Right.
That's right. All right. Let me know when you've done your thing.
I mean, since we both know what we're flying, if you want to just go ahead and warp there, and then we'll jump at the same time and break.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's no secret at this point. And it's funny, I guess I gave it away yesterday when I was trying to get the drone codes in the Content Creators channel. We have all these codes you have to enter into local, which gives you whatever item you want and whatever quantity. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking through all these spreadsheets and I could not find the drone codes, IDs. Really? And it was frustrating, and they're not there. Huh. I went back in through the pinned comments and look through that stuff, and I'm like, they're just not there. And
we'll have to talk later, because I found them without a problem. So I don't know if you were just looking at an outdated sheet or what's going on.
Could be, or maybe I just didn't search right, or the wrong sheet, But luckily, Voxel told me just go to the Eve. I think it's EveEchoesMarket.com, and when you search up in the web address, it actually has the ID in there. So
interesting. I did not know that.
And it was perfect timing.
Yeah,
because it's hard to fly this thing without drones.
Yeah,
effectively.
That would be slightly problematic.
So let's see. Let me see how I'm going to fit. How do you rearrange these things? You got to get that there, that there, that there. Okay, I'm ready to jump when you are.
Okay, I am jumping now.
All right, jumping.
All right.
Yeah, my fit is not anywhere near your fit in the worm, so that's another reason why I'm very concerned.
Well, we'll see how this goes. So, all right, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, and break.
All right.
Oh, it put me all the way at the end. Oh, geez.
Run.
Am I gonna get you? I got you. All right.
No. No. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Disu. They actually are shooting, so that is good. I don't know. Ooh. This is going to be close, because...
I'm actually really surprised.
Oh. But I can't... I don't even know why I'm clicking. I can't go anywhere. But you're going to catch up, though. See, I got an early lead on you, but... Oh, wow.
I mean, you say that.
Maybe not.
All right. Can I quickly snipe these drones real quick?
No, there's no time now.
Yeah, there's no time now. I think I'd.
Well, maybe.
I'm gonna lose this one. I should have just stayed on you. Wow. All right. I am shocked, and I feel like I need to relinquish my logo and go get a worm as a logo.
This worm, once again, I give a lot of credit to Splinter because, I just don't fly enough of these, and I'll tell you how this ship is fit. Of course, I have a disruptor, predator web. Whoops. I have a medium NOS on it.
Oh, interesting.
I did get a medium NOS on it. It took a lot of work to get it, and of course the 2 drones, and then the C-type missiles.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then a DCU, micro warp drive, and a shield extender.
I did see the extender pop. I was a little concerned when I saw that, but I mean that my ship puts out with the what do you call it? The magnet or the magnetic field, whatever. It puts out 800 DPS. So
what?
Yeah. So I'm shocked that you were able to handle that. But I mean, I was only doing like 200 damage each time. Were you throwing hardeners on there?
No, it's the DCU kind of gives me about 13 seconds of God mode basically. Right. And I think that's what allowed me to get the lead on you.
Yeah.
It is 13 seconds. Yeah, 13 seconds.
Yeah, I made the mistake there. So that's actually my my interceptor hunting fit.
Okay.
And so I was not expecting you necessarily to come out with the worm, but like a succubus or something like that. Well, I should say I wasn't expecting it before I saw your post in the group yesterday.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna take this worm or whatever, and I'll just be able to DPS it down. I mean, but I've got the small snub nose rails, which have a optimal range right above 2 kilometers, which is why I was orbiting with you so close.
Yep.
I used the afterburner as well, and then the two webs and a scram, which I didn't probably need if I normally I would probably just go ahead and throw the warp disruptor on there, but I didn't feel like looking up the code for it.
No, yeah.
But then, yeah, I mean, I used the DCU and the magnetic field stabilizer, and I mean, you just wrecked me, dude. How many drones did you put in your drone bay? I'm curious.
I filled it up. Let me see.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Wow. None of them died, but there's 28 small drones.
Yeah.
30 total.
That was kind of why I was like, I don't really feel like going after the drones because I'm sure that
they're just going to keep coming out.
Yeah, you just stacked them. So, but that's funny, dude. That's really funny. Yeah,
and I did do 1 EM and 1 explosive.
You didn't one explosive or a thermal
drone.
EM. Yeah.
So I did 1 for focusing on the shields, and then 1 for the the armor and hull.
Yeah.
More. I didn't rotate them out, but yeah, that's interesting. I think if you would have held range, then my missiles couldn't hit. I couldn't tell what my missile damage was.
The problem is that my snub nose rails only goes up to.
Oh, that's right, 2 kilometers. Yeah,
2
kilometers. You're close range.
So, but yeah, I mean, if I'd been rifled fit, then yeah, you're right, and that's normally what I actually run if I'm doing a roam or anything like that. I'll run the rifled rails, and then I will actually dual prop this usually. So I'll put the small afterburner and a micro warp drive on, because if I'm flying this in a fleet, my role is not to do a ton of damage, but it's to pin somebody down, right?
Yeah.
So you can basically get yourself out to the 35 kilometer point range and be orbiting at almost 5,000 meters per second, and then it's pretty tough to hit you. And then if somebody does happen to get something on you, you still have the afterburner to pull range, and with the webs and all that stuff, you can actually escape usually by the time that DCU goes out.
Yeah.
But well, that was fun, man. That was good.
That was a blast.
We're gonna have to do it again with, like I said, with like cruisers or something like that. And maybe what we'll do is go to, I don't know, maybe go to 4 ships or something like that, because that went faster than I was really expecting it to.
Yeah, and me too. I thought it was last a little longer, but I just think because the EHP is so low that I think it's just it is going to go a bit faster than I thought. Yeah, it didn't last very long at all, but yeah, it was super fun, and it's fun because it's something I haven't done in a very long time. Probably since the first few months of the game.
Yeah.
Just with each progression, it's kind of just natural. Get bigger ships, and then you kind of forget about the the smaller ships for a bit.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's great to be able to just play around with some different stuff. Like I said, I mean, I haven't flown the Worm or the Garmer on the live server, so it was fun for me to even just be able to kind of
to get in
try
them,
that
yeah.
out, and hopefully the folks on stream kind of enjoyed getting to see me get blown up for once. I shouldn't say for once. It happens all the time. I don't know why I'm saying for once, but well, why don't we jump back over to the